中国共産党はあらゆる手段を用いてアメリカの力を弱め、最終的にはアメリカをアジアから追い出し、中国共産党がアジアを主導し、世界を主導することを目指しています。詳しくは VTR をご覧ください。
So China actually counts all of these wins, all of these successes that they have around the world. You know, they set up, get ownership of some strategic ports or airfields. Well, the Americans aren't getting in there, and it all goes into that accumulation of what you would call national power. Everything that is good for China, that benefits China, that's exactly what they want. But it's not as if they want it to be the so-called win-win where everybody's, benefiting. They want the other side to go down. And if you can weaken your enemy, confuse him, take away his key industries, if you can weaken his currency, weaken the dollar, well, and you get people to start using Chinese currency overseas. Well, that is a big addition to China. It's in the plus side for China's comprehensive national power, and it's a decline or it's a takeaway from the American national power. And so just if it helps if you just forget the idea of win-win. The Chinese use that expression a lot, but what they mean is we win twice, then you lose. And one other just example would be the Chinese get the blueprints for the F-35 fighter, for the C-17 long-range transport. Well, that's a good thing for China. It goes into the plus column. And what does it look like on the American side? Well, that's the negative side of the ledger. So they're very much keeping score with this, because that is and it's helpful to remember the ultimate objective of the Chinese Communist Party, and you really have to listen to them. And that is ultimately to get the Americans out of Asia, but also keep pushing and eventually dominate the region and dominate the globe. One of the key worries is containerized missiles. You've seen a big container ship that has thousands of containers on it, and you just need a couple of them to have anti-ship cruise missiles on it. And which one is it in? It's a giant shell game. And if you're willing to do that, it can give you a huge advantage. And then all you have to say once it happens is, we don't know. And we Americans insist on evidence to be able to prove the charges. And if the Chinese just shrug their shoulders, one can see the usefulness of this. So it could make it very hard for the Americans to respond to a Taiwan scenario. You don't have to, say, sink an aircraft carrier, just disable or immobilize a couple of other naval ships. And the Americans don't have enough, we don't have enough ships, but also you kind of get worried of what other problems you're going to have. And that is, I think, very much part of the Chinese military strategy, is to make use of the so-called gray zone and what look like civilian resources or platforms to go after us and their enemies.